Borisa.
Dzień dobry, welcome to our home. We invite you to stay here for some time so you can get to know me a little bit more in this cool interview and with a really nice food.
Coach, it's super nice to talk with you here today. I think that we are after really good start of the season, then that's perfect time to discuss about Boris Balibrea, about the person which is head coach of MKS Dąbrowa Górnicza. And at first, I think that we all would like to know more about your past, especially how it happened that so young person, 29 years old, Boris Balibrea, became a head coach in Swedish team Jönköping. It was in August 2017. How it happened?
Yeah, it's a coincidence. I believe that everything happened for a reason. I have a friend that she was playing in Jönköping and she was coaching also in the youth academy program. And then she told me like after a couple of months of her being there, she told me, Boris, I need you here. I want you to come for a week, lead the practices, try to, you know, inspire the youth coaches here and try to have some practices also with both the men's and the women's team. And then the club fixed everything and they invited me for a week in Jönköping, Husqvarna, with Vätterbygden, it's the name of the club. And then I was there for a week. I met the sports director that at that time he was the head coach for the men's team. And then I think it was a good impression. I got a good feeling with the sports director and I enjoyed a lot. I saw that, you know, it was great experience for me and apparently it was also for them because 1 year after I got a phone call from Dennis Aulander, that it was the sports director of Vätterbygden, and he told me that they were trying to build a new project for the men's team, trying to bring the team to the league in 2, 3, 4 years, and that they were thinking, you know, to offer me the job because they saw that, you know, I had a lot of passion and knowledge, and you know, and as I said, I think, you know, I bring or I gave them a good impression, and then they gave me the opportunity. So I'm extremely thankful of Dennis Aulander, who believed on me and gave me the opportunity, and of course Jelena Krasmanovic is my friend. And she also was the person who put me in contact, you know. And as I said, it was lucky. I think it was being in the right moment, in the perfect spot with the right people. And yeah, it's been 6 years, amazing in Sweden, amazing.
Yeah, because after you start working with Humia, and that was the first Boris Balibrea big success, because that was also coach of the year. And how this journey worked in Sweden, in Umeå, because could we say that it was another level from Jönköping to Umeå?
Yeah, I think unfortunately my last season in Vätterbygden, the COVID hit us, and I think we were in a really good position. We played the final four of the Swedish Cup in February. I think we built strong team. We went through some injuries, but we were, I think, fourth in the table, in the standings. So we were pretty optimistic for that season to, you know, to try to go far on the playoffs. Also, the club took one step forward when it comes to invest, you know, and trying to increase the budget to have a stronger team. And then the season got cancelled, you know, and I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was our season there in Vätterbygden, you know, but unfortunately, you never know also, COVID came and then the season was cancelled, and then I moved to Umeå. And then in Umeå, we struggled a lot. My first seasons with budget also, it was one of the lowest or the lowest budget in the season, but we didn't use this as excuses. We tried to build also an identity and a philosophy, a core of Swedish players that they believe, that they want to develop, that they want to work out, that they try to take care about chemistry. And then after 2 years, that pays off. and we could keep some of the key players for us. We could also sign some of the good Swedish players, and then, as you said, I think it was grateful last season. We were a team of the year also, the surprise of the year. We got that recognition. We had the MVP of the season. I got, as you said, also coach of the year, and we went to the semifinals for the first time ever in that club. So it was amazing journey that we started, you know, from scratch. I would say, with limited resources, but we didn't give up. We believed, and we worked really hard for 3 years, and then it paid off. It pays off, and it was amazing season last one.
When we're talking, everyone see that you are a person which is full of passion to basketball, to working, everything which you are doing around the basketball. I think that a lot of people are impressed of it. We are after a great start of the season. I think that all of these things are really easy to connect. You have a strong possibility, you have a good plan, you have ideas, and I wonder how it's growing in you during your journey from Catalonia to Jönköping to Umeå, and right now through to Dąbrowa Górnicza, how it's changed somehow during this way, because I see that this passion, that's your basic, but what changed during all these periods on your journey, which led you be now in Dąbrowa Górnicza?
I have to mention two coaches that for me are, as you said, I think passion and the work ethic. It's one of my strongest values, I will say. Passion, it came from Oscar de Paula, that it's one of my biggest mentors. I started coaching with him. I was his assistant coach when I was 15, 16 years old. And he just inspired me. He opened my eyes, and he showed me the love of the game, you know, and he showed me also that basketball is a lifestyle. So I think this passion came from him, and I still, you know, have a lot of flashbacks, you know, on my daily work, you know, when I see myself on the mirror, and I can see him also, you know. And then the other big mentor in my world, it's Antonio Herrera. I worked with him 3 years. We will play actually against him. He's head coach in Austria in Bulls, and we will meet him in a couple of weeks with Alpe Adria Cup. And he also, you know, it's a extremely passionate coach, but his work ethic, you know, had a big impact on me. You know, I was 18 years old. I left my home. I was assistant coach for him, and he showed me everything. You know, I remember that I was still young, you know, I was 18 years old, and I was coaching professional, assistant coach professional, and I remember that, you know, my scouting was not good enough, you know, my knowledge was not, you know, I didn't have experience. He said to me, okay, coach, we're gonna start, we're gonna meet at 6 o'clock in the morning, every morning. I'm gonna spend time with you, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna try to explain you, I'm gonna give you tips, you know, about, you know, where to put the focus, where to put the energy, you know, where you have to look, how we have to work on the scouting, how we have to work on the individual skills, build a program, build a plans. And these two things, you know, from Oscar de Paula and from Antonio Herrera, I think it's the main things why I'm here and why I am right now Boris Balibrea as a coach. Then I think also I started my career as a head coach pretty early, when I was pretty young. I was 22, 23 years old, and I started head coach, you know, on senior level. And I think I tried to look and try to study and try to watch and try to talk and try to be open, you know, and try to absorb a lot of things from great coaches, you know, that I've been lucky to have around me, and also the TV, you know, watching EuroLeague, watching Eurocup games, a lot of ACB, LEP Gold, you know, trying to be international, watching international competitions. I think that also makes me be myself, you know. So I think these two persons have a big influence on myself, but I could say also that I've been building myself on my own way also, you know, by my experience, by trying things, by trying to, you know, pick up things from different places and doing on my own way. So I think basically this is how I've been growing up, and this is how I've been building my career as a coach.
Here is one thing which we could nice connect with everything which you say about your journey. One of Polish journalists called your working style as a corporate, but of course in positive way of this word. That's why I would like to ask how you learned that rules of working organization, because I assume that you didn't work any day in any corporate company. I see that you really liked working with people. You like to be with the team, with your staff. You're working with Dukko, with Adam. Where it's growing up, where was the basic of that building structure?
Yeah. I think it's experience. I think I really believe. I truly believe. Like, you have to try to be around the best ones. And I'm not scared to say that Duke and Adam, they are better than me in many aspects, you know, and I'm so lucky to have them. The same with Matthias, David, Dominic, the physios, you know. Probably these topics are a little bit different because it's more specific on health, you know, strength conditioning, you know, it's a different part, you know, of our job, but I'm not scared to be around the best ones, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do every time, trying to be around the best ones. I'm not scared. I think also it's something like I'm pretty sure the Swedish culture gave me. I think, you know, this way of work, of cooperate, of, you know, trying to make everybody feel involved, trying to discuss the things, trying to, you know, get all together to the same point, you know, to make stronger decisions, you know, better decisions. I think that helped me a lot, you know. I think the Swedish mentality has a great things, you know, and this is probably one of the things that I got the most. And then there is no secrets. I love, you know, the mental part of our job, you know, the psychology, talking, spending time to players, to coaches, to, you know, the board, to everybody, to listen them, to try to make them feel like, you know, that we care, because I really care, you know. And I think I've been trying to read a lot about this. I have also been lucky to do some seminaries, some courses about psychology, about leadership, that helped me a lot to build, you know, strong tools on my daily work, that helped me a lot to handle, you know, the team. And as I said, I think we are leaderships. I'm not considering myself as a boss. I'm a leadership. I want to, you know, make everybody involved. I want to make everybody feel happy. I want to make everybody trying to, you know, going for the same goal. And that's what we are building here in MKS Dąbrowa Górnicza. And I'm extremely proud, happy to be around of such a great people, because it's impossible to do it if you don't have great people around. And that's, for me, the most important thing.
If we're talking about all activities, it's hard to not mention about the things which you also are doing around basketball, because you are still connected with Swedish national team. Plus also during off-season, you've been a part of many of camps organized in Sweden. How it also helping you to develop yourself as much as a coach, as a person? It's giving you some extra tools or extra solutions which you're using also in your work.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, and I'm so grateful also to be part of the senior national team in Sweden. They trust me, and they gave me the opportunity 3 years ago to work with the under 20 national team, and then since 2 years ago being a coach of a senior national team. And I think that also helped me a lot. I think, as I said, we are kind of a different way to work than the other coaching staffs. We are 4 coaches, We have the same responsibility, I will say, but then we have different roles, of course, you know. But I think the way we work together, it's incredible. We trust each other, we believe each other, we help each other, and we listen to each other. And that's something like I take a lot from Sweden. You know, I think the way the culture, the Swedish culture is on that way. They are patient. They are they try to avoid the conflicts. Before I was coach, like I can say that I'm not scared about the conflict. If I have to face it, I will face it. But I learned from Sweden that sometimes it's better to avoid the conflict, you know, to try to find another ways to solve the situation, to solve the problems, you know. And I pick it up from Sweden, you know, and I think it's great, you know, great idea. As I said, also to become patient as a coach, you know. I think there are things that it needs time, and doesn't matter how much you want to put pressure, how much you want to push, how much you know, there is things in life that doesn't matter, you know, how much you need it or how much you want it or how much you push for it, that it's just a matter of time, you know. And learn this, it gave me, you know, to become another coach, you know. And then, as I said, also this making everybody feel part of, I think also is something like the Swedish culture bring me. And I'm, as I said, I'm so glad, you know, that I can still be part of the Swedish national team, because also we have an amazing relationship with the coaches, the coaching staff, the players, people around the federation, you know. I think it's wonderful, and yeah, we are enjoying also. That's main thing in my world on this business. We have to enjoy.
Let's now jump from Sweden to Poland for a few minutes, technically to our roster, because for sure, in my opinion, that could be connected with all this style which you are talked. Every player now have his role. Every player is important in your roster. That's for 100%. Of course, we have a few leaders, but how much important for you is a deep roster in your rules? What is your opinion of that kind of creating the team? Because also you took all these players since the beginning of the pre-season. You didn't wait for the last seconds before the season to, for example, better deal for a player which is still waiting for a contract. That's also part of the plan. That's your style of building the team.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I would say here there is two things that they are connected, and that's why I really want to start early pre-season, or at least with everybody, so we don't wait, you know, and we don't sign later on the summer, or you know, later or at the beginning of the season, or when we already have played a couple of games, you know. One of the most important things is the chemistry. I think the chemistry, you know, we are a small family. You know, of course, everybody has their own family, their own friends, you know, the close people, you know, that they talk about the real problems, about everything, you know. But at the end of the day, we spend a lot of hours on the gym, hours on the bus, good moments, bad moments, tough moments, you know. And we really have to build strong relationship between us. And I think a big part of this chemistry is built on the pre-season, especially because there is when you spend the most of the time, you know. You spend a lot of hours on the gym. You can have also some kind of team building activities, you know. You can go outside, you can have some barbecue, you can grill, you have some tournaments where you can spend 2-3 days together, play some games there. So I think this is really, really, really important. If some player comes a little bit later and he misses this kind of part, I think it's tougher. It's not impossible, but it's tougher to bring him, you know, into these roles, you know, into this chemistry, into this spirit, you know, because as I said, I like to spend a lot of time with the players. I love to listen to them, and the pre-season it's a big part of the success of our season, you know, to spend strong relationships. And then the basketball part, I don't think we are. I mean, I'm not Obradovic, you know, we are not Partizan, we are not Football Club Barcelona, Real Madrid coaching staff, we are Dąbrowa Górnicza, you know, we know who we are, but we try to build our own game, and we try to spend a lot of time, and I think we have kind of a specific way to work that it requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of mechanism, it requires a lot of routine, it requires a lot of memory, you know, and we build it little by little. We cannot bring it in, we cannot put it all from the beginning, everything we're going to build. No, we have to go practice by practice, going little by little, step by step, putting new rules, small rules, and now we have a bunch of a lot of rules, you know, that it's hard now for a new player that is going to come in to understand, to get to know, to all of these rules, because as I said, it's quite a lot. I think it's quite a lot. I'm not Selko Obradovic, we are not Barça, we are not Madrid, we are not EuroLeague teams, but I believe we have kind of solid, you know, concepts, solid, you know, way to work, and I think it's not easy to jump in on the middle of the season and understand and learn all of these concepts.
About the concept, I think that the other question could be quite interesting, because if you're looking how you develop as a person, as a coach, I think that's interesting to talk a little bit about the future, because 29 years old Boris Balibrea jumped to Jönköping. 32 years old Boris Balibrea jumped to Umeå. 35 years old is in Dąbrowa Górnicza. What do you think? Where will be Boris Balibrea when will be 40 years old?
I don't know, but I know. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be wherever they want me. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wherever they trust in Boris Balibrea, in what I can bring to the club, what I can bring to the team, what I can bring to the organization, and 100% sure that somewhere where I can feel happy. And I'm a simple guy. For me to make me happy, I just need my beautiful girlfriend that is following me, and we are sharing the same lifestyle. She played basketball abroad in many different countries, and she knows what that means, this business. So she is the biggest supporter I have, and we are not scared to go wherever, you know. We just need a good, nice apartment, nice living situation, good basketball court, good arena, 12 players, looking forward to work, a club that is supporting me, that is giving their trust, and that can be wherever, you know. But I'm pretty sure, you know, that I will find somewhere where I'm gonna be happy, because that's my main thing in life.
Sounds great, and I wish you all the best. Especially that for now we have the, I think, toughest part of our today's conversation.
Yeah.
Last 5 questions.
Yeah.
Last 5 sentences.
Yes.
Where you have just 3 options.
Yep.
Yes, no, or tomato. If you don't want to say yes or no.
Good.
But you could use that only one time.
Only
okay?
one. Okay.
Only one. Then you know you need to watch out.
Okay.
Because for sure these questions could be complicated.
Yes.
I will read you these sentences.
Yes.
And I would like to hear only yes or no.
Or no, or tomato, eh? Oh yeah. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm not sure I'm ready, but yeah.
Okay, the first one. I prefer to have 12 shooters, great shooters in my roster, than 12 top defenders.
Yes.
When I watched at least one game of Barcelona basketball team during this season, I thought maybe someday I could be a coach of this team.
No.
After the game with Anvil, I thought if we could play 2 minutes more, we could win this game.
Yes.
In our roster in MKS is at least one player which I could beat 1-on-1 to 5 points.
No.
I like to talk about the basketball so much that someday I could be TV commentator.
No.
Thank you for this interview.
Yeah, thank you yourself. And just a quick reminder before we start to eat, please, we need you on Wednesday. We play against Zagreb, and Friday against Espunja, 2 home games. You're a 6th man, you're a 6th player. We need all of you in our arena supporting us. You are really important for us. We play for you guys. So please check in the website and don't forget to buy the tickets.